How much house can I afford? This is by far the number one question that we get from all of our clients when they are trying to buy a house. Who cares how much house you can afford? If you know us, you know we do things a little differently around here. So what we're going to do today is walk you through not how much house can you afford, but how much house should you afford to keep your lifestyle happy and to enjoy the buying process of a house. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, and it's your first time, go ahead and subscribe, tap that bell. We help people here in Colorado, moving to Colorado or relocating in Colorado, buy real estate the right way. I'm Tony Omrian, your local real estate broker. If you haven't bought a house in a while, let me tell you, it's kind of like the wild, wild west. There's nothing worse for a buyer than purchasing a home where all of a sudden they realize, I'm stressed out because maybe I bought too much home.
So before we dive in, I want you to do a couple things for me. Get your calculator ready, grab a piece of scratch paper so we can walk through these exercises here together, because this is gonna be super beneficial as you prepare for the field and start to analyze how much, house you can afford. I mentioned you're the lender or you're the bank giving me money to buy a house. What are some of the things that you would wanna know about me prior to you saying, yep, go ahead, you're approved for your home loan? That's exactly what we're gonna talk about here. Some of the nitty-gritty basics that all lenders are gonna analyze about you prior to them saying, hey, go ahead, buy that house, you can afford it. The biggest things you need to figure out is how much do you make, so your income. Second thing is how much have you saved for your down payment? What does your credit score look like? So your credit score, you might have a 740 credit score and you might have some debt. What does that debt actually cost you on a month-over-month basis? So those are the basic numbers. All of those numbers calculated the proper way translate into what we call a debt-to-income ratio. So what we're gonna do is imagine you make $72,000 a year. What you do is you take your annual salary, you divide that number by 12. That gives you your monthly usable income, which is a gross income calculation. However, that's not your take-home net pay, which doesn't allow, for deductions and living your everyday life. However, this is just the basics that any lender is gonna get you qualified for how much house you can afford. So you're gonna take that monthly income and you're gonna multiply that number by 45% on your calculator. And that number can be spread across all of your debt that shows up on your credit report and the housing payment for this new property.
Okay, hold up everybody. Bobby, I know you're stressed out right now. Guys, if you know Bobby, that is not the way he does things. So you just got the robotic version of how banks and most mortgage lenders are gonna look at you and break things down. Now, what we're here to do today is teach you a lesson on what you should afford to have your dream home so that you don't get stressed out like Bobby is right now. And if you stick within this number that Bob shows you, this buying process is gonna be fun. I've been out with a number of clients who think, wow, this is a beautiful house, but you know what? It's above what I can afford and I'm not comfortable. We don't want that to be the process. We want you to enjoy the process. So when you move in a home, you're not stressed out, you're happy. And by the way, the rest of your lifestyle doesn't have to change because you have this huge mortgage payment each month that you have to worry about.
Exactly right. And actually, as a matter of fact, why don't we just jump into a true real life story, case study of ours. Our clients, they had bought a few other houses with us in the past, so they actually make $750,000 a year, which stick with me, it does seem like a lot of money. We put our clients through this exact same thing, and the number they actually came up with was $700,000 or less. Turns out that Tony ended up finding them a property that fit within their housing budget on a monthly basis, within their housing budget on a grand purchase price budget perspective. No matter who you are, you should always have a number in mind that you're not comfortable spending more than, because here's the truth of the matter. Once you buy that house, whatever that payment looks like, whatever that mortgage product is that you bought, you owe that for however long you just bought that house for. So 30 years, you have that payment for 30 freaking years. So there's no sense in overextending yourself just so you can tell somebody that, hey, I just bought a house for X.
And as a final note, what you get if you do work with the two of us is Bob acts a little bit more like a financial advisor for you than just a mortgage lender. So you're gonna get a breakdown of your future goals, where you wanna be, the debt you wanna pay off. So this is something that we run you through, not just to get your business to buy your house and put you in a home. It's also make sure that your future's looked after, whether you have kids, a family, or your retirement.
Yeah, for sure. So we call it actually the ultimate home buyer experience. It does come with a number of different things. We do credit report audits, we do budgeting, we give you mortgage calculators. You know, Tony is in the field making sure that this is an analytical process. Obviously, we get paid for the transaction, but nobody wins if you're stressed out and ultimately unhappy with your decisions.
And we like repeat clients, so happy client is typically a repeat client.
For sure, for sure. So at this point in time, do us a favor. How was the video? I guess let us know if it was informative enough. Would you want another one like this? Get a little bit more nerdy and like me actually crunching numbers on my financial calculator? Leave that in the comments below. We'll definitely address that. But like Tony said in the beginning, subscribe, like the video, share this video, reach out with questions when it comes to mortgages. And, you know, looking for homes, we got your back when it comes to, you know, anything financial related, really, in regard to the real estate market.